No, that outfit doesn't look great on you. No, your hair, it's awful. If I were you, I would stay at home. It's really surprising for me to hear how shocking it is for everyone that 3 weeks ago there were 2 YouTube channels who posted exactly the same video. One of them is Charmingmarie with a video called 7 Culture Shocks as an American in the Netherlands. And the other one is from TNT Go Dutch with a video called 7 Culture Shocks from Americans living in the Netherlands. So the titles of these videos are almost exactly the same and they're posted just 2 days apart. I'm curious if they experienced the same 7 culture shocks or maybe totally different ones. Or maybe we find out that one of them actually ripped off the other one. Anyways, let's start. Alright, so we're gonna start with Charmingmarie. Let's see how charming she really is.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about some of the aspects that first gave me culture shock when moving to the Netherlands. Coming from California, I'm accustomed to varied topography like mountain ranges and valleys, so I was a bit shocked by how flat the country is. However, it wasn't until I landed in Schiphol Airport and I learned that we were 4 meters below sea level. The realization hit me that much harder, especially when I got into the car and I saw the horizon stretch out for miles. That was pretty shocking for me. But after some time living here, I came to realize this was a pretty irrational fear.
I'm surprised that she didn't know the Netherlands was flat before coming here. So she came here and then she realized, wait a second, this country has no mountains. I mean, the sea level, okay, that's not something many people know. But I thought the mountains was quite known around the world, but I don't know.
Especially when I learned that the Dutch are excellent at water management and have great engineering skills.
I put my water in this bottle. I managed to do that myself. I can use it as a, little cup. Or I decide to open it here and use it as a bottle. Excellent management of water.
And this allowed me to learn better about flood barriers, dunes, dikes, and the canals that the Dutch have been working on for centuries. So at this point in time, it doesn't freak me out, but at first it did. Let's move on to Dutch birthday parties. So the first time I experienced one, I was really confused and slightly embarrassed for myself. At Dutch birthday parties, it's standard to say congratulations or gefeliciteerd to the celebrant and to every guest present. Honestly, after some time going to parties, you get used to it.
Congratulations with this person. Congratulations with this person. Congratulations with... You have to go, the whole family, the whole room. It's also very exhausting. I just like to say congrats to the person whose birthday it is. But maybe I'm influenced just a lot by all the movies and TV shows and games I played when I was young. There's also Dutch people who just watch Dutch TV, talk Dutch. They're not that good in English. And I guess they especially will say gefeliciteerd to anyone and everyone who's in that room, the birthday room.
You come in, you say gefeliciteerd, gefeliciteerd. So yeah, it was a bit awkward for me at first, but now it's just second nature. However, it wasn't the congratulations that made me embarrassed for myself. It was the infamous birthday circles. Basically, all the guests sit in a chair formed in a circle. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't matter where the party is hosted, be it a garden, a venue, or whatever. The point is that you go around the circle and you congratulate everyone, you take a seat, you get some cake, and the whole experience can be with complete strangers that you've never met. It can be incredibly fun, but I will be completely candid with you, it can also be traumatizing because...
How do other people celebrate their birthdays then? Because a circle, for me, yeah, you can put a board game in the middle. I don't know, maybe you play some party game. Everyone is just able to join. I understand that there's also those college parties in America or something when you got those cups, those red cups or blue cups. But that's not a birthday party, right? So how do you do your birthday parties then? I mean, if you're not sitting in a circle, it's just some people are sitting there, some people are sitting here, and they're not communicating with each other, or they're not involved in a game at once, maybe in the same game. I don't know. If you got any suggestions of stuff that you want me to react to, let me know at tychofromamsterdam@gmail.com. Put reaction in the title, and who knows, maybe I'll react to your suggestions. Check out both these channels, Charmingmarie and TNT Go Dutch. The links are down below in the description. Greetings from Tycho would be nice.
Before I experienced my first Dutch birthday party, of course I did research beforehand. I talked to my Dutch friends about it to get their input. And I'm telling you, there's no way.
Okay, so she did research before. Okay, I'm going to a birthday party. Let me just investigate. Is there something I should know before going to a birthday party? You know, that's what she did.
That you can prepare for this. At least this was my experience. Like, everything that I read about took place, but actually being there presently, physically, in person, there's no way I could prepare for it. There just wasn't. So this brings me to the next topic, which is every first Monday of the month, a warning alarm goes off around noon time. And this is a warning alarm for any emergency or natural disaster. This is what it sounds like. The first time I experienced this.
Yes. Natural disaster. It has to be really bad because it never happened with a natural disaster. I mean, it's more for, yeah, if the war, you know, breaks out or something, rockets are coming. That's what this alarm is for. It's a training. Is it still working? Can everyone hear it in every place in the country? And it can be maybe a little bit like, what the hell's happening? I understand if you're from another country.
It was truly terrifying. I was at home fast asleep because I pulled an all-nighter doing my school thesis. And as soon as the alarm went off, I jerked out of my sleep. I ran downstairs. Nothing was happening. People were going about their day. I went back inside, and then it hit me and I realized, oh, today is the first Monday of the month, so this is probably the practice alarm. How did I not put this on my calendar? Whenever my international friends come to visit the Netherlands, one of the first questions they come to ask me is, Hannah, why do the Dutch keep their blinds open? What I've heard from Dutch people I'm close to is that...
Okay. So we went to the next point already. Yeah, funny. So she went outside when the alarm went off and stuff. Nice, nice. But she already knew, because then she remembered. So she knew there was going to be an alarm. I just forgot about it. So yeah, that's also for me or for us. Sometimes we're just sitting, you're at work or at school or something, you're doing something. And then, oh yeah, oh, the alarm. Oh, it's Monday, 12 o'clock. I mean, that's what you do. You hear the alarm and then you look like, is it 12 o'clock? Because if it's not 12 o'clock, then you know something is wrong.
Open curtains means you have nothing to hide. So essentially, this stems from
I have something to hide.
Calvinism, where good, honest, decent people had nothing to hide. I've grown to keep my curtains open. We all know that the Netherlands is not the sunniest of countries. It rains a lot, it can be gloomy, and I just want to let in as much sunlight as possible. Moving on to cargo bikes and buck feet. So let me take a step back. A cargo bike is essentially what it sounds like. It kind of looks like a wheelbarrow. It's very popular in the Netherlands, and you use it to transport goods.
I don't know if this brand is necessarily popular, the Cargoroo, Kangaroo, Cargoroo. But the buck feet or the bucket bike itself is very popular, yeah, to transfer your kids especially, huh? But this Cargoroo, I think it's fairly new, or anyways, I never noticed it till April this year. Then finally me and my friends, we were like, hey, look at that yellow bucket bike. So you can just rent these bucket bikes or these Cargoroo bikes. They're on the street and it's a few euro per hour. I don't know, 3 or 4 euro per hour. But then the only downside of these Cargoroo bikes is that you have to bring it back at the place where you took it from. You cannot leave it at another place, you understand? You have to bring it to that specific spot. Maybe you rent it for 10 hours, but then it's like 40 euro if it's 4 euro per hour. So if you take the kids, for example, to the forest for a day, you could do this. But then you're not saving that much money. So it's not about, maybe it's about convenience and it's just nice.
I was really shocked by what was being transported. It wasn't just groceries or things of that nature. It was furniture and appliances. And that was quite shocking for me, only because, okay, so hear me out, only because my biking skills had not been that great here, and having moved to Amsterdam, there's a lot of tourists, there's a lot of locals, and it can feel a bit intimidating biking and adhering to all these different bike rules that I was never accustomed to.
And if you want to know more bike rules, watch these videos of mine.
So when I saw people with these buck feet and they had this huge amount of things, I thought to myself, wow, I don't know if that's something I could ever do. Last but certainly not least is the Dutch directness. From my personal experience, Dutch people are not shy to voice their opinions, and for a lot of foreigners this can take some time to get used to, especially depending on what culture you come from. So an example I can give is if you ask, hey, what do you think of my outfit? Do you think it looks nice? You should expect a pretty straight on response. Obviously, this doesn't mean every single Dutch person would, bluntly tell you how they feel, but from my experience, yes.
Yes, and then especially in cities like Amsterdam and Rotterdam, it's even more blunt in your face. So already in the whole country, but then especially in these two big cities.
If you ask a question, you should be somewhat prepared for the truth. So if you don't want to know, don't ask.
And the truth will set you free.
I think that culture shock is a normal part of visiting or moving to a new country. And I think the longer that you stay in a place, you'll be able to adapt to your surroundings, the traditions, and the culture. And sometimes it takes time. And let's not forget that the experience can be different for each and every different person. So while sometimes I can find the Dutch directness quite endearing, I have a few international friends that don't necessarily think the same, and that's okay. So my advice is, if you travel or visit a new country, to come with an open mind, to be flexible, and to do your research. Learn about the traditions, learn about the customs, and yeah, do your best. And I think that's what matters most. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that shocked you about visiting or first moving to the Netherlands, or even the US. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!
Okay, so that's video number 1. What can I say? She's a starter here at YouTube, right? She started 8 months ago, and this is actually her most watched video. 33,000 views, 403 subscribers, so that's insane. Yeah, editing-wise... But the content is good. The content is very nice and very relaxed, tranquilo. Honestly, these 7 points are quite good. Because I thought it would be stuff like, yeah, the Dutch are greedy and don't walk on the bicycle roads. And I don't know, they're so tall. Oh, look at those tall Dutch people. And oh, they like cheese, And oh, they don't wear clogs, as I thought all my life. No, it weren't any of those... typical things you hear again and again and again. These were actually new things, except for maybe the curtains, the birthday circle, and the directness. You hear that quite a lot. Those are like, okay, you hear that all the time. But she had some new things that you never hear. Well, or never, that you don't hear in all those other videos or articles. The cargo bikes, the monthly alarm, that's actually the best one. And below sea level, okay. Let's watch the second video. 7 culture shocks from Americans living in the Netherlands. TNT Go Dutch. And my name is Tycho. Maybe he is also called Tycho. If you got any suggestions of stuff that you want me to react to, let me know at tychofromamsterdam@gmail.com. Put reaction in the title, and who knows, maybe I'll react to your suggestions. Check out both these channels, Charmingmarie and TNT Go Dutch. The links are down below in the description. Greetings from Tycho would be nice.